Hey everybody, Thursday night, Ben's Brick Designs is Ben. How you doing? Good to be here, good to see you, good to chat with you. Hope everybody's doing well. I'm here, you're here. Let's have some beer. It is Thursday night, which means also we're in football season, which means my kid is playing in band, and I had to do some light band parent stuff this afternoon. Wasn't a whole lot because there's not a whole lot to do. They don't play at halftime. You kind of show up and give them some water, which they brought most of their own. And that was kind of it. And I knew I had to stream tonight, and I was like, what else can I do here? And there wasn't really much else I could do because there's no halftime show. And then after that, it's kind of like, well, you're just watching football, which isn't my idea of like where I want to spend my time. So anyway, tonight we're going to be building a set which you may or may not have seen already on my Instagram page and some Facebook pages. I am rebuilding Hondo Onaka's speeder tank from the Clone Wars. I took it apart and we're going to rebuild it. Bethy B, hello. Thanks for being here. Glenn's building the Elf Clubhouse. I'm actually considering getting that. I either want to get that or see if I can still get that the gingerbread house from last year. I think both would be fine. So welcome. I hope everybody's having a good time. I've turned off, I'm going to take a cue from a couple people I've seen streaming, and I've turned off my user count so I don't have any idea who's here. So if you want to make yourself known, say so in the chat. After I'm done building, we're going to do kind of a combo stream like last time where I've picked the VT-49 Decimator, which is a ship that was piloted by somebody. I forget the lady's name, but she appears in the Aftermath novels along with Grand Admiral Sloane. She's a trusted advisor of that ship, and it's sort of not a corvette, but like a light, like attack freighter kind of thing. I think it has a crew of like 10 or 15 and whatever. Anyway, so that's what we're doing. So I'm going to flip this to the build camera and we'll get going. So I've already got the parts laid out, and I got the instructions, but the instructions are old. So this is partly so I can go through it again and find out what changes I need to make in the instructions, because this was done in studio, and then the instructions were made, and then I got the parts and built it and realized that there could be some tweaks to make it a better build. So that's where I'm going to try to figure out. Like, first step, I don't even know. It's a 2x3 brick. I've got see if you can see. You can't really see it over there, but that's the screen. Let's see if I can turn it. So I got my instructions right there. Yeah. So let's do this. Get this back over here. The beer tonight is a Karbach Love Street, and I got a whole case of this. So down in one. I get this case a lot from Drizzly. No sponsor. And it's really good. I like it. I save all the IPAs because I'm not a huge IPA fan. Let's see if I can remember how this goes. Because I took this first piece out pretty quick, so I might have to go a little backwards. That goes kind of under here like that, which means... Oops. I just totally closed that browser down. That was not smart. That had the instructions. So how's everybody been doing? Hope everybody's been doing well. I have tomorrow off, so I'm excited to spend some time doing this. I'm also excited because tonight, in about 3 hours, the X-Wing, or the Star Wars game Squadrons, comes out, and I couldn't be more excited about that. It's a VR Star Wars game, and just super excited. I don't know if I'm going to play it in VR first or, you know, like jump right in or what I'm going to do, but whatever happens, it's going to be fun. All right, that's what, yeah. So this might have to go here. See, I'm trying to, it started off with a giant brick, like a 2x3 brick, and then you built on top of it, but then I went back and like took some of those 2x3s off of there. So now I don't know what part of the instructions I need to go with first, because that is not where to start. I think these go, yeah. So that'll go there. This shouldn't take actually very long, so we'll have a lot of time to do some design work. So this is going to be a lot of jumping back and forth in the instructions. Gonna be these two guys and this guy. Oop. So let's talk about, I won't even say the elephant in the room, but let's talk about the, that may not be the right, oh, and then there's another one on top of that, okay. So my friend Glenn, who's in the chat right now, posted super late last night, and I didn't see it till this morning, that San Diego Comic-Con has an exclusive set that is going to be the Nebulon B frigate. It's going to be like a 496 piece set, which means we're not getting no UCS frigate at all, which makes me kind of sad. Because I always felt like, and you know, I'm just a big fan of the UCS, or the Nebulon B frigate, because it's one of those ships that can only exist in space. It is just an ungangly piece of space hardware. All right, so this is where we're at right now. So originally this whole section was like a 2x3 brick. So instead of just starting there and then attaching all this other stuff, ideally you start from here and build up, but I don't have those instructions. So once I'm even done with this, I'm gonna take it apart, go back through on Studio, and redo the steps, because I think I've got this sorted in Studio already. So, right, the Cantina was the UCS for this year, but that wasn't one of the ones that was voted on. The ones that were voted on was either a gunship, a Nebulon B, and then one other one, and I can't remember, a snow speeder maybe? I forget what the third one was. Everybody wanted the gunship, so the Nebulon B, the UCS Nebulon B, got relegated to either later release or not release at all, and instead, and I'm sure they've had this plan for a while, but instead, right now, we get the 500 piece $50 exclusive from the San Diego Comic-Con line. And I know that it's US only, which means the international group feels kind of left out again. They seem to be always not getting or not having these exclusives, or not being able to get to these exclusives. So I feel bad. I also feel like telling them that I will, you know, if they want to send me money, I will buy them a set. So we'll see. That was the wrong arrow key. It was supposed to be over here. I might still get it. I mean, there's nothing special about the UCS, or I keep saying UCS. There's nothing special about this set. I think there are the plaque that comes with it that says it's a 40-year anniversary of whatever. Probably Empire Strikes Back. But also, I think some of those wedge plates that are like, they're technically 4x2, but they only have 2 studs and they're super pointy. In like a dark gray or a light gray or something. That's about it. That's the only unique pieces to the set. Everything else can be brick-linked. So they leaked that they were going to do this, that it would be on sale soon, but you could get the instructions now. So what you can do is you can get the instructions, go through and part the whole thing out and order it, and then just maybe if you really want that 40 anniversary, 40 years of Star Wars tile, you can just order that. That's up to you. So I don't know what people are going to do. And yeah, they do get a lot of exclusive stuff that we can't get here. So, I mean, half a dozen of one. But that's the big Lego news I think that's going around right now, is that. Oh, I don't know which direction that goes. I think it goes up and down. So this is the speeder tank that we see in Clone Wars. There's several of these, and I don't remember what the planet name is, but it's where Hondo and his pirates, his Weequay pirates, live. And there are several scenes going back to this planet. And there are several scenes with Hondo. I don't think they realized what a treasure they had in that character until later. And then they probably were like, no, everybody really likes this guy. He's a fantastic character with a fantastic voice. His voice is very much like this, you know. Oh, the Jedi always come to my planet. Let me trade you something, you know. Sit, have a drink. I can't negotiate on an empty stomach. Nebulon B Frigate. Yeah, Connor, what's up? I'm excited about that. I still think I might go and find the instructions for the one that was the guy's ideas submission that didn't get picked up, and now you can buy it on another site that shall not be named. But maybe I would like to go back and source the parts and buy the instructions. I wish you could still buy the instructions off of him or them. I don't know if that's possible or not. So let's see. This is going to be 2 of these. A little bit of Watto, any. And I guarantee you they don't sell those parts around here either. Yeah, my throat gets really sore lately, like quickly. I used to be able to do these voices all the time, but lately, and I don't know if it's age or if it's the pollen. Pollen's been very bad lately, so allergies could be it. But they used to be able to do all these voices. Hondo's like a Antonio Banderas, kind of like a gravelly Antonio Banderas. He's super fun. Like you get it. He's a scoundrel. He's a pirate. He's not to be trusted. He's bad, but man, is he fun to watch on screen. Like he's probably my favorite character out of the Clone Wars, easily. So I had to get this set to get him, right? I had to get Hondo. Which, you know, you can't buy the figure and get the voice out of it, but you can pretend. So, yeah. So So I'm excited, again, for Squadrons coming out tonight. In less than 3 hours. And I told Beth, I was like, it's already downloaded. Like, I pre-ordered it. It's already downloaded. And all I'm going to have to do is hit start at 11 o'clock and just start playing. I'm so excited. I'm going to turn on my VR rig, get my big puffy headphones on, and just kind of forget where I live for a while. We have to get up early tomorrow because we're going to go get a COVID test. It's not a secret. We're just going to go get a test. We haven't. We want to hang out with some people. We're going to go do this. And again, I have the day off because I'm going to do some yard work and stuff. Getting ready for Saturday because we're having friends over on Saturday to do an impromptu, very small Oktoberfest. It's just going to be like us and kids' moms and maybe the kids if they want to come over. And then 2 more friends. So 6 to 8 people total. And sitting on opposite sides of 6-foot tables, and I got decorations and we got pretzels and bratwurst, and it's gonna be lovely. It's gonna be nice. So I like these engine cowling things designs because I know they had these big grills on the front, but I didn't want to put one of these grill bricks on it because that would have been too thick. So I've got these 1x1 clips and then just covered them. And I thought that turned out pretty well. Of course, it means you have a lot of clips, but I like the technique. I think that turned out pretty well. I can't remember if I got that from something or if I just came up with it. What's up? What's the hops? How you doing, man? Good to see you. What's on the menu today? The menu is going to... the menu is we're going to build this speeder tank with Hondo. And then once that's done, we're going to do some building. So I'll switch out the camera and we'll do... designing. I'm going to do designing from a ship from, I don't know if it's from Aftermath or it's just mentioned because it's also in the Star Wars miniatures. It features heavily in that. But one of the pilots or one of the people who was commissioned to this ship is something marine, like Attic Marine or something like that. I can look it up. What's up? That's right. So my dad's on Facebook joining in. Brats. We're gonna get some brats and sauerkraut, and we're gonna go to. I think we're gonna go to either Easy Tiger. I was talking to maybe Easy Tiger, or just the bar around the corner to get some pretzels. We're gonna get some big old pretzels. I think the bar around the corner has pretzel sticks, but not actual big old pretzels. So I might just go to Auntie Anne's and get some pretzels, or go to Growler. I don't know. Or Easy Tiger, maybe. So then those 2 engines sit on the back. Big F-off engines, because this is a speeder tank. It needs big engines, right? So that's what that looks like from the back there. 2 of those. Got some brats. Got some dark, coarse ground mustard. We're also going to be grilling, do some corn on the cob grilled. We're going to play some Oompa music on the Bluetooth speakers. It's going to be nice. And I know this has to go in like that. Hopefully it'll be nice. I don't want it to be a big thing. See, and this is part of the... I should have done this earlier. This whole thing can come off. And I can put this together as its own sub-assembly, because I have to put these guys on, and it just makes that easier to put it on last, like a soul, right? Okay, soul. Now we give it to this. So now we're going to do these things, and again, this should have been sub-assemblies, but I did it weird. So now we're going to do the side bits. This was another one. I had originally done it like this. without these second brackets, and they were pinching in all over the place, so I had to put a second one there. You don't care. You don't care about Hondo. Titus Huey, you are making the Pirate Speeder Tank, aka the WLO Speeder Tank. That is correct. Good eye. Thanks for being here. I am making that. How did you guess? So there we go. There's some of that. Got some tiles to throw on here. So after a point, you run out of actual function or actual structural things that you need to get on here. Because when I'm designing a microfighter like this, I try to get as many obvious telltale signs that it is this thing on there. And some things you're not going to be able to get, like a lot of little greebling at this size. So you just try to get the major components on there. And then the rest of it's just like, well, I'll put a 1x1 tile here for no reason. This is the only thing I don't like about this right now. The structural integrity of that is bad. So if you were to go to Rebrickable, which is linked in the description, and order this set, know that that is not really well designed. That is my fault. I don't know how else to do it better, but you know, it's this size, it's probably okay. It doesn't fall apart that bad. I am downplaying my own designs. Yeah, this is an old set. Like this was out a while ago. So I mean, this has been out for a bit. And then that's those guys. That's two of those. All right, so then I'm gonna do these brackets. There's another change is when so when I built this set originally, or when I designed it, these didn't exist. These 1x1 brackets. And originally the wings didn't have these to hold up the wedge plates. They had the 1x2 brackets, which means they were kind of stuck off the sides and it looked awful. But now I can put those on there and it looks better. And this was also a set I had to order a bunch of these light gray binoculars because I didn't have any of those. So I ordered a ton of them because I needed 4 for this set alone. But then I was like, you know what? I've got plenty other microfighters that use these as little guns and turrets and stuff. So might as well get a bunch. I think I emptied out a store wherever I got these from last time. So those little outrigging bits keep the guns cool and away from the passengers a little bit, which that makes sense. But then later you find out there's a huge F-off gun here and then a big old turret right in the middle. Stability, probably a little bit. All right, so then we're gonna do, okay, these guys next. I do a lot of things on this one where I put on a nice looking part and then I immediately cover it up. But it looks cool from the side or the front because it gives off a nice profile. So like those vent plates are covered up, but it looks cool from that angle, right? No reason. Oh, I keep doing that. That's the wrong. You usually buy all of a given part in a given store. Do you really? I remember when we used to say, hey, you've got this part. Do you have any of this in a box in the back for $70 or whatever? And they go, yeah. And then we could get that box. We haven't been able to do that in a while. This, I feel like, needs to go back a little bit because I feel like it's rocking. There, that's better. It wasn't sitting good. It was sitting well. All right. So this I put on here without a control panel, but I think ideally I'd like to put a little control panel on that 1x2 slope, because it is facing the other way, like it should have a control panel, but I didn't, so I'm not going to this time. The good old days of buying K-boxes. Yep. The good old days like 2011. I don't remember the last time I was able to do that. That goes there. That goes there. Also had to make a concession for this because originally these were the 2 and 3 finger hinges, right? I don't know if I still have them over here. I don't. They were the 2 and 3 finger hinges. But in brown, 2 and 3 finger hinges are expensive, and I didn't have any, so I did the click hinges, but I don't think the 1-fingered click hinge comes in brown, and I don't think the 2 comes in dark gray. They might. I didn't have them, and I figured the look isn't that important on this because it's all kind of dark gray and brown anyway. They occasionally need to dump K-box stock, but naturally it's usually meh parts. Well, I mean, the only box I ever really got was a 2x6 light gray, or light blue-gray. And that's come in super useful for a great many things. Structurally, I've used it a lot structurally to build up insides of stuff. I've used it to build castles, so the walls of castles. I've used it for stands for spaceships. They're great for stands because you can just grab a handful of them and stack them all up. So they've come in quite useful. Yeah, the click hinges are nice, but they're forced into that 20.5 or 22.5 degree angle. Is it 22.5? 4, okay. 90 divided by 4. 1, 2, 20. So it would be 20. 20.5 degree angle. Whereas the finger hinges you can be a little more flexible with because they don't have a ratcheted set number. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can see the ridges in there. It's a ratchet hinge, so it, click, 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 click kind of thing, versus the 3-fingered ones, which are just, they've got a nub on each side, and it just kind of does this. La la la. Oh, okay. All right, what's next? So originally I had these as dark orange, right? But I don't think that looks the part. I don't think that looks like the speeder as much. I didn't trade these wings in for brown instead of dark orange, but I think that still adds to the look to be accented versus those. I don't know why I picked dark orange originally in that design, but there it is. All right, so that's all done. That's all done. That's done. Oh yeah, put that on there. Oh no, did I break one already? Yes. Oh, these stupid 1x1 dark brown pieces of junk. I don't know how many times I've broken one of those. These are just terrible. Well, I'm gonna have to go find another one, but I'm not gonna do it right now. And I can kind of tell when I put it on. If it's really hard to put on, it's gonna come off poorly. So there's another shattered one. Thanks, Lego. This is like the 3rd one this week. So been out of shape about that. Well, not dark brown. I'm sorry, brownish red. Yeah, they don't. I don't think the dark brown was ever compromised. So this is the only time I will approve of a stud shooter, is because the actual gun on the front or the midsection of the tank actually looks like that. It's a big old turret. It's a big old manual turret. So there's your speeder tank. So I've already built this. I just wanted to rebuild it to get an idea of how to do that bottom starting bit again in my mind. And you can tell I've already done it because where did it go? The stand. I've already built the stand for it. The stand is supposed to be emblematic or representative of their hideout, which is just kind of like a sandy, rocky entrance into kind of a bunker in a cave, right? That's all that is. So yeah, it's already got a stand. It's got Hondo ready to rock and roll. Hondo had kind of a sleek silver pistol, if I remember correctly, not a black one. And there you go. Bam. Good enough for government work. Oh, so can't wait for Star Wars Squadrons. Titus Hui says that is coming out tomorrow, so stay on target. Stay on target. Titus, mine's downloaded like at 11 o'clock tonight. So in about 2.5 hours, I will be VR goggles taking on the Empire. Actually, I think you start off taking off on the Rebellion / New Republic. I think it's New Republic at this point. So I'm very excited about this. This is one of my earlier models, and I still think it holds up pretty nice. I will say that I think I can do better. The front's great. I like the front. I can do better here because those fall off really easily. So what I might do is go back, and it'll add to the part count, but I could add, a plate here and kind of shore that up so they don't fall off, because these are easily, you want to survive a drop test at least a little bit. Again, this whole back engine thing comes off pretty easily, but I don't know. I think it looks great. I think it looks fine. Ready to rock and roll. So I'm going to put that aside. And now, looks like Hondo's gun is the revolver in DBG. What is DBG? Yeah, it may have been like the actual set may have been like a pirate revolver, actually, if I remember correctly. All right, so I'm going to close this so we can save on a little bit of bandwidth. And now I'm going to turn off the camera, so we're going to go to full screen. Hi, everybody. How's it going? Good to see you. You're all beautiful people. I'm going to unhook that camera, and I'm going to, if I remember to bring the dongle in, which sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. There we go. Probably shouldn't pocket that. Let's see if that makes the mouse work. It does. All right. I'm just hoping my mouse doesn't die in the process. I'm going to slide this a little closer here, and we're going to go to design mode. So let's open up Studio. Dark bluish gray. Hondo's gun is the revolver in dark bluish gray. Gotcha. So I will go find that because I'm sure I still have it. Studio always does this where it says, yeah, it's open, but it's not open. Come on. Come on, buddy. Anytime now. Anytime. Anytime. Okay, there you go. Yeah. Okay. I should have had this running in the background the whole time. So also, I think I need to pull up a picture of the VT-49 Decimator, and let's look at who that pilot is too. I think it's Decimator. I gotta take that apart. That was the start of a project that I didn't get nearly through at all as fast as I thought. So again, this is sort of a like a transport. It's like a it's not a TIE Scimitar, but it's one of those. It's the support ship that we're gonna fly in squadrons. But it's not a single pilot. It's a little bigger than like a U-wing. Picket ship. There we go. That's probably a better. Like almost the size of a Corellian Corvette, but not quite. I think it's like small in between it. Rhianna Saren stole one. Oh God, what is all this? I tried to figure out how to shut all that down too. Evil Imperial version of the Millennium Falcon. Okay, so it is kind of freighter size. But in canon, that's the one I wanted, is it had the pilot's name. Yeah, well, the thing is, it's a transport size ship, but it's given to officers of distinction because they are good pilots or they've served the Empire well, and it usually it comes fairly armed, and it can include a pretty good sized or a fair sized group of troops to let go. Also, I think you can stick 2 TIE fighters on the sides of it. Morna Key, that's who. So that was the first thing I wanted to look up. Morna Key. Because I think she's just an average, nothing looking Imperial officer lady. If there's any pictures of her at all. Because I think she's mostly depicted in novel form, so I don't know. Yeah. So we can just do like a normal looking. She was a pilot for Grand Admiral Sloan. That's really all. So I'm going to go ahead and close Chrome. Well, no, I'll leave this up. Bug. Let's just start from scratch because I don't want to bother looking for leg right. Oh, there's a bug in my face. Leg left. The ships and the squadrons. TIE Reaper. That's it. Thank you. TIE Reaper is a little more like a U-wing. It's gonna have to be the U-wing because your support ship in squadrons is a U-wing. The TIE Reaper also shows up in. I mean, you first see it in Rogue One. It's the one that disgorges the Death Troopers. So that's kind of like the Reaper shows up and then the Death Troopers come out. That's the first time you really see it. But it becomes sort of the transport support ship, like the U-wing. The U-wing is primarily a transport ship, but it's a heavily armed and fairly agile transport ship in that it could kind of hang in a firefight if it needed to. But the Decimator, from what I'm able to tell, is more like a light freighter, right? It's larger. It's not. I don't know. The distinctions between things like it's a freighter, it's a corvette, it's a frigate, it's a picket ship, it's a gunboat. See, this is Star Wars. Oh wait, do I have printing off? There we go. J.R. Ewing. Womp, womp, womp. So now I can do, well, wait a minute. I'm going to probably just scroll. Now I could probably do Imperial. Now that printing is turned off. Although I thought it'd be just easy to pick one up. There's Darth Vader. Oh, there we go. And it looks like she's dark gray, so I'm going to do dark gray. Nope, not dark gray, dark blue gray. Right arm. printing on this, so I can just get 2 right arms. Left arm. TIE Reaper is the armed, but it's less shielded, and I remember in Rogue One that the TIE Reaper is being escorted by some TIE Strikers for protection against any pesky rebel fighters. Yep. See, now I'm confused. Because I thought the TIE Reaper was the one with the joined fin, the joined wing in the back. Right, that's the one I'm thinking of. And the TIE Striker. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, I got that. Yep. I don't think I've done a build for the TIE Striker. Did one actually come out? Like, was there an actual microfighter of this? I don't think there was. Or maybe there was. Huh, hot diggity, there was. Yeah, okay, that's why. I was like, I don't remember making this one. It bothers me that they had this ship out, but they get 7 years of Clone Wars and they can't do a Republic Y-Wing. Okay. Lego. Not you, Titus. You are a font of information and greatly appreciated. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do till 11 o'clock. I'm going to be just chomping at the bit until I can play. Alright, so hands. This always bothered me too. You have to scroll so far down to get to hand. I typed hand. It should be the first thing that comes up. And since she's a human without gloves, she's gonna have bright orange hands. That's not what I wanted. Light nougat. Light nougat for the lady. And she looks, I don't know. She's concentrating. She's definitely not smiling. There's like one head that I want to use for everything, but I think it's Spider Girl or something. And it's got like giant eyes on the back. I'm like, well, I can't use that if they've got short hair. And that's Princess Amidala, or Queen Amidala. I can't do that one. That's pretty good. I like that. Yeah, actually, that works really well. And then she has like a crew cut. Funny how I type in crew cut and I get like a bunch of different weird parts. What is... Okay. Hair. Short. She has like the JJ or the J. Jonah Jameson haircut, which I think might look weird if I put it on her. Oh, they don't even have it in here. Are you kidding me? I bet if I did hair male, it'd be in here. No, but now suddenly hair female is. Buzz. I know this hairpiece exists. I'm just gonna look at it all. No prints. Thank you. Oh, there we go. Except I got sideburns. Okay, so these are the two options. That. They really don't. Oh no, I don't want. They really don't do hair really well sometimes. Or this. See, it's very much swept up. It's not just short. Oh, come on. This is almost meaningless. Nah. Because it doesn't matter. This isn't going to be a figure that you're going to be able to buy. Nope. Nope. Yeah, I don't know if her hair's pulled back or if it's just short. But nope. Let's go with... Oh. Dual face. Stupid dual face. Well, it's just for a render. Won't matter. Alright, so group her. Yes, okay. This ship is very, very basic. Which means it's going to be complicated as heck to get it to look right. So this is a pretty good view of it to start because this is a, and here it is with the ties attached to it. That's pretty cool. It actually gives it a pretty good look. This is actually probably the best view we're gonna get. Open image in new tab. That's what I want. Perfect. It's probably somebody designed. This is a CAD rendering by Matt Donnie at bigbangdisplayguy.com. So go check him out. So I'm gonna seat her because you want to put her right here where the cockpit is, right? This is the bridge. So I looked at the schematics earlier. This is a bridge, and there's like a 4-person bridge crew in here. And then the captain can sit here too. And then this area right here is the captain's lounge, which this is big enough to where like you can get 5 or 6 people right here. And then there's different areas in this part of the ship too. And there's 2 levels. There's like a shower, there's like a rec room, there's a meeting room. This is almost like a little bigger than probably imagine like a runabout, like a Star Trek runabout is about this big. I would imagine something like this, where it has, imagine a runabout with big wings on the side of it. I think that's about the scale we're looking at. So maybe a little bigger. Doesn't matter. I'm going to stick her right in the middle so I can still have this bridge shape back here, which is just going to be a circle tile. So like right off the bat, and this one I do want prints because that's a TIE fighter. They love that TIE fighter window, man. So we're gonna get that TIE fighter pattern. Not a dartboard. I could probably type TIE fighter pattern. Not Imperial signature pattern, but... Oh man, there isn't one? I mean, that's close, but... I sure thought there was one. That's pretty close. Oh, that's got a hole in it. That's not close at all. Huh. Yeah, I really thought there... I mean, maybe it's just not in... May not be in studio. Nope, apparently not. It was legitimately disappointing. So yeah, you can put the Imperial one on there, but I think the TIE pattern is just like, this is the thing that goes on the side of the TIE fighter wing. What I was looking for is the TIE window pattern. I really thought there was one. I don't want to have to look in bricklink. But if I gotta, I gotta. So in the meantime, while that loads, this is just very, it's going to be a problem to do something with that wedge shape where she's sitting in it. I think we can get away with doing kind of like what they did with X-Wings, where we put that in here like a so, and have this extend out a little bit. Maybe we can use some of these nice new guys. Well, what about... I thought there was a really small one. Aha, maybe that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, that even works better because it's rounded. What color does that come in? I'll take it. That must be what I'm thinking of. That works. So this will go back here somewhere. Like right there. And then I'll do some 2x2 round tile. I don't know if it's round tile corner or not, but figure out how to attach that. Come on. How far back does that go? 2x3 mod plates. I gotta remember that's down there. Oh, and this won't. That's gonna. I can already see that conflicting right there. There's one cool ship, like the Gladiator class Star Destroyer and Harrower class Dreadnought adopted it. Right. I do have a design. I don't think I've got a Gladiator class Star Destroyer, but I do have a Harrower class Dreadnought design. And the minifigure that I have to go with that, I don't even know the dude's name. Like, it was some really obscure Knights of the Old Republic, Sith Lord, Warlord, something. I mean, I could look it up, but I don't really want to look it up right now. So, but yeah, he's got like, this dude's got like a Galactus headpiece on and like purple robes and red eyes, and I'm like, yeah, that guy'll do, because I couldn't find any other famous commander or something to go on the ship. So, well, this would have worked out great. But it probably still could. I bet if I put, it'd just be up too high for that. A kid, sorry, darn late, autocrat type. Oh yeah, adopted a kid. Yeah, that's very true. Yeah. Yeah, it's I mean, by the same token, there's the TIE Scimitar is kind of the same shape. It's that long fuselage with the TIE window on the front of it and kind of the swept down wings. But instead of the swept down wings like that, it's got the TIE solar panel things, but they're like the Advanced or the Interceptor where they're angled along the back. And it's kind of the same function, right? It's just this big ship, and it's got like F-ton of missile launchers on the bottom, and it's just armed to the teeth. But from what because when I'm reading this, or when I'm talking about this with other people, they're like, it's a pretty cool ship, right? But then you talk about the TIE Scimitar, and they're like, God, that's an ugly ship. It's like, they're almost the same, you know? They're like this long thing, but this one just looks mean, you know? The TIE Scimitars are kind of like, it's a little derpy, but I mean, it's... So this is almost getting into like Corvus class size and armament and stuff. So I'm going to do one by one. Not palt. That's too high. Now that's derpy. Could be tricksy and flip this over. Nope. Oh my god. I think we're getting to the point of the evening where the Mac is not responding anymore. It's just like, I'm done. Can you put anything under there to make it... Oh, and that would work great for a turret. Now I just need to figure out how to keep that upside down. Yeah, I like that. It's not a perfect wedge, or it's not a perfect... yeah. Good idea, not this show. Let's, because I don't want it to be that much of a gap. So let's just do this guy and call it done. He does fit on that, right? I think he has to get the 1x1 plate in there again. Oh no, wait, it's not this one. It's the 2x2 round tile. That guy. I knew he sat on something. Okay, that's better. Let's put a jumper plate back here for the other thing. Alright, so then off the front of this, I want to have more wedge plates. Because this needs to drift into that. Oh, we can even go wire with that. Oh my god. Nope. Oh yeah. That's nice. That works well. So now do I need to put the same tile up here? Or the same... this guy? Oh my god, come on. Okay. I think that's getting to the basic shape I want. And I can put a... 1x2 Technic. And this is the one that could use the half pin. All right, just got to make sure that doesn't get too thick. And this could be lowered. Quite a bit. Say about there. Yeah, I do feel the machine is slowing down a little bit. Don't know what to do about that. So if you guys want to, you can... that's gross. You can contribute to the Ben's Brick Designs Buy a New Computer Fund. I should put one on the wedding registry. I think this may need to be a little longer. I mean, this is almost like one of those things where it has the guy walking around holding, with his little legs out, holding an X-Wing costume underneath him, or the land speeder costume. Plus, this is only like half held together right now. Okay, well, let's look at the back here. It's got these two big... Those are not... They're pretty slim. So, instead of like tiles facing out, I think what we'll do is... What colors are available in trans blue? Trans medium blue. That's good. So I'll just stack two of these guys up. On I mean, I'll have to figure out where else to put these. Like, I'm sure there'll be a joining plate somewhere in here, but for now, just so we get the placement. This thing is just not listening to me at all tonight. So something will come over the top there. I have a feeling it will be a 2x2 jumper like so. Yeah, that'll have to be the... That might be a little far back. Maybe we'll just do 1x1 jumper. Oh, Glenn, why are you not telling me to save? Went a whole, like, almost hour. Alright, so these, I'm going to get double use out of these guys, because these guys are also going to be the fronts of this. I'm just going to put them out here so I know about how far. Looks like right about here. Here's the thing, they're ever so slightly tipped down. And if they're gonna attach along here somewhere, they're just gonna have to, I don't know if it's gonna be a hinge or if it's gonna be a, no, I didn't lose anything, it clicked that I hadn't saved in a while. Because I think something in my brain went, are you gonna make a bigger change than you want to and go a direction you're not ready for? You might want to save. And I was like, oh, good idea. Yeah, here's the problem I have with this is this thing is super flat. So maybe this layered thing probably isn't going to work because this just goes punk and it's like directly back there. Just for ships and briggles. Whoa, when did Caps Lock decide to make its presence known? It is the longest, skinniest, at the same time shortest. I think that's too big. Yeah, maybe these don't work right here. And that can lower down. To there, and then I can go straight back underneath there. How? I don't know yet. Oh, yes I do. Oh, I don't know if this is a raid or what, but I just got a couple spammy Twitch people on here. Hey, NF and HS, do me a favor. Thanks for the tip on how to get followers, primes, and views. Just stick around for like 20 minutes. All I need is average viewers. The rest of y'all can do what you want. Mod tile. Is it a mod tile or mod plate? Mod tile. They're bots, so it doesn't matter. All right, that looks better. That looks much better. Yeah. All right, coming together. I like very much. I get it. There's supposed to be like windows on this, but I'm okay with that. So I'm gonna get rid of that. Can they lower down even more in this? Oh wait, go back. You still need to do there. Lower down a little bit more. One whole. That's too high. That's too much. How's that? That's better. Okay. Hey, we got a couple. MMF. Fanboy. Wow. Getting spammed. Well, I guess that's something. That's never happened before. That's pretty cool. So now what I can do is I can wedge these guys ever so slightly. What did we say that was? $15 degrees. It looks like 15 degrees. Okay. God, this is going to be small. This is the problem with these, like, sometimes these capital ships, I just look at it and go, I can do that in like 5 pieces. I mean, what are we up to, 16 pieces right now? And I almost got the whole thing. I mean, all I have to do is connect a couple. It's not nearly done, but... I mean, this guy just has to live over here. I don't know. And bots in the Star Wars scenario when someone are noobs are droids. My bad for being distracted by GBC stuff. Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, they are. Oh, hour and 45 minutes until squadrons. All right, so this still slopes back. So 4 by, where's my 4 by? No, not those guys. I thought there was a, oh, maybe it's this. So that's going to be a problem. I want that angle. That's a good angle. But, alright, so we'll redo the... We'll redo the angle that they need to droop on later. Oh, why do you do that? Or, yeah, that looks sexy. So I need another one of those. Comic Tropes, what's up, Chris? Your excitement for Squadrons is verging on making this place not family friendly. Dude, so I am an ardent fan of the old X-Wing TIE Fighter games from the late 90s, mid to late 90s. And the people who designed Squadrons are also fans of that property, and they basically built this game to be sort of a love letter. They started off with it being like, hey, we really liked this game. We're going to make this. Remember that game? Let's do that, but with like today's engines and graphics and processing. And so they did that, and it actually became sort of a, wow, we've got something here. And so they, did what they needed to do with it. I want you to not be here for a second. So literally the X-Wing TIE Fighter games are one of my favorite games of all time. So to have this game come out, and it's basically that game just reimagined, is really exciting for me. It's like it's a lust letter, yeah. Chris says that he picked up the Volvo 6x6 and the Cantina. Whoa, money bags. The Volvo 6x6? I don't know what that is. Can we look that up? Volvo 6x6. Is it like a Range Rover or something? Oh, really? The hauler. Oh, nice. Is it more of a Technic set? It is a Technic set. Very cool. Yeah, it looks nice. I dig it. Star Wars Squadrons is like EA's versions of both Star Wars X-Wing and Star Wars TIE Fighter and Star Wars X-Wing Alliance combined. Yeah, I mean, I had all those. I had X-Wing versus TIE Fighter, X-Wing Alliance, all the expansion packs where you could play as B-Wings and stuff like that. I was like, nope, I must have it all. And so I did. All right, we'll come back to seeing if we can wedge this guy in there somewhere, but this would be a cool effect if I could have it, that layer going under here. I just don't know how to do it with that guy sitting there. I mean, I have an idea, but it would be, it wouldn't be too bad. Let's move this guy out, get rid of this big clunky thing, and do a bracket instead. So yes, I'm excited about it because it is a space combat sim. It's a Star Wars combat sim. It is not a space combat sim because, as we know, there's no, aeronautics in space. It's space. It's a whole different animal. Can I do... I don't think I can do a jumper right there. Oh, but I bet I know what I could do. Nope. 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 I thought there might be a, Yeah, so I did Hondo. Oh, wait, what? So you did Hondo. I'm breaking down a lot of Lego now to make space. The struggle is real, my friend. I need a piece that's... tile for 2 sections. Or maybe just 1. Would that 3 work? No. It wouldn't because they're offset. Yeah, that wouldn't work. I want to fill this in, but I don't know if I want to put just a 1x4 plate there or not. Because there would be a big old stud hanging out the side here. I've got a big timber ship sitting over on my table over there that I'm trying to decide if I want to finish, since it's now October. or if I want to maybe that bracket needs to go the other way. If I want to like finish it and do like tear it apart a little bit and put a bunch of internal stuff in there and corridors and stuff. It's pretty. I mean, it's pretty flat. I don't know what else could go in it. But I don't know. Somebody else had the Bricks and Beer forum had a lot of good. See, but this is gonna look gross, especially if it doesn't line up right. That's not gonna look right. That looks terrible. But I could also do. I know that this has a thing. Can you do a thingy off that rail? It's called a grind, dude. Call it grind, bro. Can you do a grind thingy? Sorry. Went off on a bit of a tangent. I kind of like that movie. Yes, there it is. Okay. What color can I get this in? That's the important question. Trans clear. Boom. Okay. Look at that. It's October. You're finished. I am. But now there is Vic Viper November, so November. So I could still technically finish it. And there's also something in March where you build a ship with a fin, which Vic Viper has a fin. I don't know. I don't make these rules up. I kind of just want to tear it apart and start over on something. Somebody in the Bricks and Beers channel had a great idea about doing the incredible cross-section ships from Star Wars. Do something along those lines where you have like half a ship completed, but then like you've got half a ship where it's like you just see the inner workings of it, like all the engine pieces and all the conduits and wiring and stuff. I'm like, oh, like as soon as they said that, I'm just like, yeah, that's nice. I want to do that. It'd take me forever. But I bet it'd be fun to do, because I think you'd have to work a lot from the outside in. I tend to work from the inside out, like I make a shell of a thing and then try to figure out how to hold it all together. Versus, okay, the pilot sits here. Here's his controls, and then kind of go out from there and be like, all right, well, what does this control? That controls these things. Well, you need a bracket to hold those control wirings in place, or this, you know. So it's sort of a holistic approach instead of me just going, what does it look like? Now make it stay together. So at the beginning of this, I knew that this was going to be complicated because it was a simple shape. That's a simple shape. Oops. But it has become more because it's entirely too small. I mean, this is the microest of the micro fighters. And it just moves in like that. It moves in like that. And then 15 degrees. And then lower it. Right? No, it connects near the top. So that's probably good. And then I'm gonna make a backhand over here with the visible $ thing. Visible thing. Yeah, and then the rest of this is just filling in the space in here, and this is just bricks and junk. I have to figure out how I'm going to do a hinge thing right there with keeping that seam close. I don't want to do a bar and clip thing because that'll make a gap where the bar and the clip are. I don't know if a hinge will fit in there, like one of those just 1x2 brick hinges. We shall see. And you can already see that's not going to work. That's all colliding right there. What is my favorite brick? I don't have any idea, dude. That is a fantastic question. I will say I do like these bricks a lot. Those fluted grill bricks. Those are some of my favorite bricks. I like those a lot. And I try to use them as often as possible because they're like instant greebling. Don't know if I have a favorite like overall piece. I like the binoculars. I like those 1x1 rounds with the bar coming off of it. Those are great. I like these truncated cones. Those are pretty cool. I'm just like looking at stuff right now. I don't know. The new stuff seems to come out and it suddenly becomes my favorite brick. Like the 1x2 by 2/3 with studs on the front and the sides. Mwah. So good. These new 2x3 or 3x3 like sideways or right and left slopes. Those are pretty slick. Do I have a favorite designer? Me. Thank you. There are... Yeah, actually I have a couple. There's this guy who did... He also does microfighters. His name is The Trending Brick, and you can find him on Instagram. And he does the same things I do, just rebuilds microfighters, but he doesn't do a whole lot of different, unique Legends era random ships that haven't been done. He basically takes ones that have been done and makes them better. And his photography is on point, and like the pieces he gets, like they're brand new and shiny, and it looks like a render. Like it's so good. I also hate him for it, so I feel like I'm always a little bit behind, but I push myself by knowing, okay, for every really nice shot that he did, and for every really nicely recreated version of the AAT or the TIE Interceptor or something like that, I've come up with 5 new designs, right? I've done a Harrower class Dreadnought, or I've done the Starlight Intruder, or I've done the ITS transport from Galaxy's Edge, or, you know, it's just like, I just keep, because that's why I feel like I'm doing this in the first place, is I'm making these things to flesh out the universe in microfighter form. There's another guy who's on one of our boards. His name is Lamborghini Waffle Sauce, which is, first of all, an awesome name. Second of all, he just like casually throws up designs like, oh yeah, that's a, you know, he comments on somebody's thing. He goes, that's really great. I really like what you did there. Check this out. And you're like, oh my God, it's so good. And it's small and it's compact and it's perfectly detailed and greebly, and it's just really, really well done. Like I get jealous every time I see his stuff. Most of the time I just stumble across Instagram and Flickr and just hate my life because there's so many good designers out there. Most of them are doing giant insectoid looking mechs that just are infinitely posable and stand on their own, and are using pieces from Ninjago and a bunch of other like weird bionicle things, and you're just like, well, I give up, because that's beautiful and pretty. Have you seen my little spaceship? You know, that kind of thing. Ben and Jamie. Well, hopefully, Jamie. Who's Jamie, Glenn? And I hope you mean me. I don't know who Jamie is. But currently, those are my favorite. There's another guy who does microfighters. His name is Query Designs, which is kind of a Ralph McQuarrie nod, and he does a lot of Star Wars stuff too. He has some nice videos about putting them together as well, so check him out if you can find him. Query Designs. I'm trying to think of who else. The Darth Designer, which is where I got a couple of these reverse engineered ships, is he does a lot of fighter craft. So, and he's pretty well known and pretty prolific. He'll do this. Like his stream is just him sitting in here and doing, you know, he'll design or he'll go through and make a model of F-35 or whatever, and then he constantly revisits it. Like he's never happy with the way the design turned out, so he goes and retools it all the time. And I like his stuff because it's accessible. It's like he's not really doing anything tricky. He's just getting the design done, and it's just impressive. Oh, I think I can probably do this. I realize it's after 9:30, so I'm going to wrap this up. Oh, can I make this? No? 15 degrees. If I can make that work there, I'll just put like a... what is that? 1x2. Which is funny because usually right now, Jamie Berard. Oh, that name sounds familiar. Who is that? Is that the guy who did the rocket? No, that's M. Smiley. Who's Jamie Berard? That does sound familiar. I would say Rich Boy J, but I think he's everybody's current favorite designer, and I don't know. Not that he's bad. I don't know how to feel about him yet. He's really good. He's also very. I can put a lot of stuff together at once, right? Look at my giant army of stuff. That won't line up exactly how I need it. I'll have to work on that because I think there's something there. I just don't know where yet. Maybe a bracket instead of a thing. He works at Lego. Was a judge on Lego Masters. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know him then. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you being here again. This was a VT-49 Decimator from Aftermath, which had the remember the lady, the officer who piloted it or who was given commission of it. And then, of course, we did our Hondo's speeder tank from the Clone Wars. This is an older design, but I got the parts for it finally. I'm going to start parting out some more sets because September's done and I don't have to focus on anything else. So I appreciate you guys being here. I will be here Sunday, probably wrapping this up and starting a new design. So you guys take care of yourselves. Have a good weekend. Happy October. Happy fall. Happy Oktoberfest. Happy pumpkin spice latte. All that stuff. I will catch you guys on Sunday. Have a good night.